At 17 years old, I remember being called to the headmaster's room while I was at physics class at school. The teacher came up to me and he said, "Simon, the headmaster would like to see you." So I packed my bags, I walked out of the classroom with all of my friends wondering, why was Simon called to the headmaster's room? I began walking down the long corridor to his office, and in my mind, I was full of anxious thoughts. What did I do wrong? Why am I being called? What are the consequences of this conversation? As I sat down in his office, he was looking outside of the window, and it was at that moment that I saw in the corner of my eye my dad sitting in the reception next door. The headmaster pulled out his chair. He sat down. He put his hands together and he looked at me in the eye and he said, "Simon, I don't know how to break this to you, but your mum is in the hospital. She had an unfortunate accident, and at this stage we don't know if she's going to make it." He paused, and just as he was allowing this information to soak in, he added, "Whatever time you need, take it. We'll be here for you when you come back to school." So I walked out of his room, I met my dad, and in the car, I sat next to my brother, who was also with us on the way to the hospital. We drove there and we sat next to our mum for the next few days, hoping and keeping our fingers crossed that she would make it. Unfortunately, she didn't. A few weeks later, we were organizing her funeral. Close friends, family were coming together to celebrate her life. When an event like this happens, it teaches you a lot. You mature overnight and you experience an abundance of life lessons. There was so much that I wrote down in my journal at the time, but the one that kept coming back to me were these two words: don't wait. Life is fragile, and this experience reminded me of that fact. It reminded me of this truth that we forget so quickly, that we only ever have one life. Aristotle noted that we have two lives, that second one beginning the moment we appreciate we only have one. Do you appreciate you only have one life? Because the moment that we appreciate we have only one life is the moment we begin truly living. It's when we can channel our energy into what matters most, into doing the things that make us feel alive, to live a life for ourselves and not a life for others. Most people overthink first and then act later. Don't be most people. Instead, you want to act first, then figure it out later. Clarity, confidence, and motivation comes from taking action. So here's a question for you. What one action have you been putting off that you can do today that will allow you to make meaningful steps to your goals and the vision that you want to manifest? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. They really do mean a lot. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.